While winter has started to find its way through the states, the team from South Texas has started to heat up. In midseason form, every night someone different steps up for a Spurs team that owns the league's third best record. The interesting storyline, who will it be tonight as the Spurs venture into snowy Minneapolis to take on Kevin Garnett and the energetic Timberwolves? Phillips, the former Boston Celtic. Garnett and Duncan. They double down low. Peeler. Line drive. Szczerbiak had the position. David saves it. Tim kept it alive. Avery doesn't have the numbers. Doesn't make any difference, but flows easy. And I think he's surprised he got in that easy.
He did, and I think they thought he was going to pull the ball out because it was a 1-on-4, but he got right to the rim.
Garnett on the reverse. Not much working right now. Can't buy a break. So Anderson, after the missed free throw, 44 of 49, the best for the Spurs. They trail by only 5. So after sluggish beginning, fortunate to be down by only 5. Tim, bad angle. You can see from here it didn't have a prayer. Peeler on the run. Garnett. That was late recognition because Garnett was next to the rim. He had backed him down under. Szczerbiak very quiet at the offensive end, just like Szczerbiak. Szczerbiak yet to pick up a point. David almost took it away. Garnett popping out just inside the arc. That's what he does so well. Super stroke for a guy that big, averaging 24 a game coming in. Last year, a career best 23. Every year he's been in the league, it's gone up.
First team All-NBA and also first team defender.
4.5 minutes to be played in the first 12. Malik Rose stepping out for the first time along with Danny Ferry. Duncan against Garnett. The marquee matchup in the league tonight. Losing it momentarily and then too strong but got a break. Ellis almost fouled him. Uses the left hand and got it there before Garnett could get up.
Good San Antonio defense. I thought a bad decision by Kevin Garnett. That little time on the clock, he's got to make the play himself, not give it to Johnson Phillips.
Boy, everything falls into place when the Spurs are playing defense. Derek Anderson beat on the baseline. Wanted to go back to Tim. Tim up against LaFonso Ellis. Draws the contact, gets the hoop, goes to the line, trying to make it a 1-point ball game. His third basket. As you mentioned, 6 points to go along with 5 boards. Boy, it's contagious now, partner.
Well, his first 3.5 minutes, the offense so much more fluid, the ball movement and the spacing much better in the entire first quarter.
Well, that's after the Spurs hit only 32% of the first quarter, up to 43%. Garnett, he's usually pretty much money in the bank, though, on an angle only 14 feet away. Malik Rose waiting for David Robinson in a mismatch down low with the smaller LaFonso Ellis. A 4 against a 5 jump hook. A little bit too strong, but batted out. Malik Rose kept it alive for Antonio Daniels. Fresh shot clock, it hit the rim. There's Greg Popovich. You could see him say, take your time, you're on a set. Antonio leaving it off. David couldn't handle it. Slapped away. Peeler's got it. Again, though, great dribble penetration. Ellis, too easy. Kevin Garnett on the assist. Spurs have really got back into it on the boards. They were down by a big margin early.
It's good to see a 3-1 margin in blocks, but you hit it exactly right. It was 16-12 at the quarter. It was much worse than that early. 8-2 coming out of the shoot, so they're now battling on the boards.
Garnett had to get it over David, who came over to help out after he got it to the baseline against Malik.
It's not a layup, that's a lay down. That was from about 13 feet. Well, Kevin Garnett is very vocal. He's credited with being one of the better trash talkers in the league, but he can back it up, and he really takes his role as a team leader very seriously. So he's going to get on him. And talking to Wally Szczerbiak, he felt as a rookie, you know, that's fine. Give him a lot of that. He wants a little more respect as a second-year player. But, again, I think too much is being made of it.
A.J. Tim trying to save it. 8 left on the shot clock. Tim working against Garrett. Goes underneath. What a move. The point guard made the play. Tim Duncan. Garnett now 5 of 8 at the stripe. Leads all scorers on the board with 15. On 5 of 8 shooting. On the floor. And the free throw line. Sean Elliott right around Wally Szczerbiak. Strong to the hole. Sean Elliott. Weak side, finished to the strong side.
He started out around him and finished on top of him at the end, right over his head and shoulder.
Would you call it sneaky fast once he got close to the rack? Garnett evens it up.
Sneaky smooth right there. KG with an in and out won't just arch his back and buries the J. D.A. Hurt is talking about consistency, and he's displaying it tonight.
He's in foul. Phillips tries to answer. Man, 1 and done. Tim Duncan with the rebound. 7 now for Tim to go along with 6 points. Elliott working on Szczerbiak. You like that isolation. Take it down to the baseline. Spins to the paint, left hand. What a sweet baby hook. Tim Duncan, that fooled me. Thought he'd go to his favorite spot, down to the strong side.
The lid's off.
Spurs first 4 of the second half. Szczerbiak way outside. Szczerbiak was only 1 of 5 in the first half. He makes it a 2-point deficit.
Both shots he made from almost the same position, top of the key.
Pick and roll game. AJ, take 2. Tim there for the tip try. Getting up with it again. Tim Duncan wouldn't quit.
Avery with a page from Moses Malone playbook. Just get it up on the rim and then go get the offensive rebound. Avery saw Tim had position. He got it on the rim. Kevin Garnett is just on fire. That's 21 points. He's got 8 boards. He's 7 for 10 from the field. He's having not an all-star, a first-team NBA game so far this evening.
No, last year, he displayed all his talents. Get back to the numbers he posted. Inside of 7 of the shot clock. Derek Anderson keep hitting DA. He's found his rhythm. Anderson leading the Spurs with a dozen on 5 of 6 shooting. Spurs dictating the tempo, up by 4. And we've got some, I believe, cables down on the sideline. Monty McCutcheon picking up on it. Talking about Kevin Garnett, though. Kevin Garnett last year became only the 9th player in NBA history to average 20 or more with 10+ boards and over 5 assists a game. If Javon Curse is the freak in the NFL, what do you call this guy? So the Spurs turn it over. That is only their 6th turnover of the contest, their first in the second half. Boy, if you can stay away from double digits in turnovers and finish even a game with low double digits, 12-13, you're in good shape.
Well, 13 turnovers, you're going to win almost every night.
Szczerbiak against Elliott. Tough break for Szczerbiak after he made a nice little crossover.
Maybe it's this basket that has the lid on. This is the tough rim tonight down here, the basket to our left.
Tim Duncan with the rebound. That's his 10th to go along with a dozen. So that makes it another double-double. Tim popping it out. Gives Sean an assist. Tim Duncan gives the Spurs a 2-point lead once again.
Half-court trap again. It bothered San Antonio last time. They handled it initially, and then Derek got a little sloppy with the pass.
David had it slapped from behind by Garnett after they got the good look inside. Szczerbiak free, and he burns the Spurs.
Flip's going to come back to that again. Even though they got a good look, they didn't score, so we got a turnover and a blocked shot so far off this half-court trap.
Antonio Daniels ready to check in. Sean had the look outside, reverses it. Derek gives it up to Sean over Szczerbiak. It's well short. So Derek passed up a couple of looks that maybe he would have taken last night when he hit that three-pointer the way he did. Garnett pops out, three-pointer. Look out.
Minnesota doesn't sub a lot.
No.
They play big minutes for their starters. This half-court trap that San Antonio's attacking right now has been the difference in the game.
In fact, I'm surprised that Garnett's not out there to start the 4th quarter. Tim Duncan needs to capitalize on that. They doubled him. Goes across, Malik Rose, an easy slam. Spurs back within 9. His big guys were not ready for a pass inside. They were looking for the shot.
They thought Terry was going to shoot it, but again, Terry Porter, I like on the floor against this half-court trap if Minnesota stays with it, because he's got the ability to beat it from outside and also to pass or put it on the floor.
Nesterovic doesn't get the roll against the smaller man. Good D. Holding his ground was Malik Rose. Well, they've got the stop. Now, can they get it the other way? And almost turned it over, in fact. Antonio. Tim inside of 10 on the shot clock. Over Nesterovic. Off the window. Back to 9. 90 seconds gone by in the 4th. That was a tough break.
Dick Pavetta, one of the best officials in the league, but I don't like that call.
15 turnovers on the Spurs, but that definitely wasn't one of them. Todd Day got away from Terry Porter, and going with a mismatch, they capitalize inside.
Todd Day is a big guard, textbook definition of a big guard. He's a handful down under.
6'6" against 6'3", Terry Porter. Malik fighting his way through. Still plenty of time on the shot clock for Tim. Freed up, Terry Porter for 3. Yes! Huge basket by Terry Porter to make it a 7-point ball game. 6.5 minutes left. They keep Day and Ellis out there. Couple off the bench with Flip Saunders. Day, a tough one. It's an air ball. Sean Elliott on the weak side.
But they probably try to do a little too much first day back off the injured list. Anthony Peeler at the table set to come back in.
Some empty trips for the Spurs over the last couple. Now Tim against Kevin. Backing in. Garnett's got 4. Tim gets it down. 5-point ball game halfway through the fourth.
We like that substitution because Terry Porter can break a defense down, and clearly he can stretch it out with his range.
T-Wolves have not scored over the last 6 minutes. 15-4 run, high, low. David Robinson. Tim Duncan gets the assist. Boy, we haven't seen that much out of timeouts already this year, have we?
Why do you take a timeout when it's tied and your team's on a run? To set up a play and put the first nail in the coffin. Great coaching by the San Antonio staff.
Garnett on the double, whips it over to Nesterovic, and he gets the roll. A little fingertip roll. And Nesterovic is first for the T-Wolves in better than 6 minutes.
Here's the trap again.
Good recognition. Porter for 3 again. Terry Porter does it again.
The difference this time, good spacing. You get the ball inside the zone. They got it to Tim Duncan. He put it right in Terry Porter's hand in a corner. Stops and offensive execution always decide games down the stretch.
Terry Porter gets a beat. Tim Duncan pops out. Off the mark, David trying to tap it out. Plenty of contact, no call. Nesterovic found Billups. Billups leading it off for Garnett. Garnett inside. Kevin Garnett gives Minnesota the lead with his first 2 points of the final quarter. 15 ties, 6 lead changes. It is that close, and it's been that close all night long. It was tied at 43 at the half. Here we go. Final 12 seconds. Billups triggering the offense. Isolated against Avery. Going baseline, Chauncey Billups, batted away by Sean Elliott, loose ball, Elliott gets it at the buzzer. Sean did it again. We go to overtime. Comes with 2:02 left in the extra session for the Timberwolves. They're on top 90-89. The Spurs don't come out on top. It'll be the misses at the stripe, a dozen now. Sean against Szczerbiak, that's the matchup you want. Sean around Szczerbiak, and it's rejected by Garnett. 9 left in the shot clock. He got help. And boy, did Szczerbiak need it. And thanks, Garnett, in the process.
Hopefully fatigue will be a factor in this last minute and 46 seconds. Avery Johnson set to trigger the inbounds play.
Let's see if the play is called for Sean Elliott. No. Terry Porter pops out. 3-pointer. Yes, yes, yes. 2-point lead for the Spurs. What a call by Greg Popovich again. Decoy Elliott on one side, double the other guys down low. And there were the wall for Terry to pop out off the baseline.
Great execution out of a timeout repeatedly.
Now trying to give the T-Wolves the lead. Billups does exactly that. They had the proper spacing and rotated it perfectly. 1-point lead for Minnesota, minute 20 to play.
PP looking for Tim Duncan.
Against Nesterovic. Tim going to the baseline. Tim coming through on the baseline.
Chauncey lost it out of bounds. He had to either give it back to Minnesota or come up with the foul call. Hopefully no harm done.
Final minute of overtime. 1-point lead for the Spurs. Tim and Kevin. Garnett over Tim. Garnett does it again. He's only got 4 points in this fourth quarter and overtime, but a huge one there. 1-point lead for Minnesota. Final 45 seconds.
The superstars stepping up.
Terry Porter's had the hot hand. He's going up against Anthony Peeler. Nesterovic coming out. Over to Sean Elliott. Sees a little bit of a crease. The trailer is David Robinson. He drew contact, didn't get the call. It would have been the final foul. Garnett would have been eliminated with his 6th. No call, though. Final 25 seconds. 95-94 Minnesota. Shot clock down to 9. Shot clock, game clock separated by 10. You know Garnett's going to go up with it. Fall away. Does it again. 3-point ball game. 13.3 to play.